Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again with a completely new log bait deck that the best pro players in the entire world were playing last season. To finish off the season, the pro players are always going to be playing their best decks. Riley, the #1 log bait player in the entire world, used this log bait deck to finish top 20 in the world. And Mohamed Light, the #1 player in the entire world, played this at the end of the season at over 8,700 trophies. So if the best players in the entire world are playing this deck, it's definitely something to try out. And honestly, it surprised me because Cannon, I can't think of another deck that plays it besides 2.6 Hog Rider. But it made a little bit more sense for me after looking at the balance changes, figuring out that Balloon can no longer one-shot cannons, it has to two-shot it. So now because Balloon can actually be countered by Cannon, you can run Cannon in a lot more situations. And Cannon gives you juicy positive elixir trades against Hog Riders and Ram Riders, where Inferno Tower and Tesla are going to be netting you negative trades or even trades all day long. And because of the quick cycle, that means that you can cycle more Dark Goblins, Rockets, and Goblin Barrels to get more damage on your opponent's tower. Let's go jump straight into some games and figure out why this deck is better than all the other log bait decks. I upload daily videos on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss out. Thank you to everyone that's using creator code SIRTAG, making this channel possible. Goblin is able to finish off both of those individual wall breakers. We won't have to wait around. We won't have to worry. Dark Goblin is immediately on the grind, giving us the counter push. It's hilarious to see someone going for a Royale Ghost, and then the Dark Goblin still gets damage on the tower. It's like, you know, it shouldn't happen, but Dark Goblin moves fast, and he is furious. So I don't want to rocket on the Princess right now. I could, but I mean, I'm just in a good position already. Why would I waste the elixir? I'm going to go in for a Valkyrie here, make sure that the Bandit doesn't do any dash maneuvers. And I can Electro Spirit on top of the Goblin that's going to come out in the back, and then I can log on top of the Goblin Drill. The reason why I wanted to log on the Goblin Drill, even though the Valkyrie is there, is because I didn't want the Princess to keep hitting my tower. Princess was already locked onto the Valkyrie, giving him one hit. Too many would have been too much for me. Ooh, this rocket is really, really risky. It's really, really risky. I had to pull the trigger, guys. We needed to do it. We had the fingers of a cheetah, and we made it happen, baby. So I'm going to go for a cannon. Both of those wall breakers should just lock onto the cannon, giving him no value. And then I can Electro Spirit to pull the Royale Ghost to the other side. The reason why I'm doing that is because he has all his damage on this side, and I'd rather have him get an extra hit here instead of the tower that he has already been working on, right? So it feels great. I can go in for a Royale Ghost counter with the Dark Goblin that will be able to give us damage in left-hand lane as well. And now his attention is divided on both sides. You love to see it. Interesting Bandit again, man. You consistently going for those. Usually, I want to save my guards or my Valkyrie for our opponent's Goblin Drill. And if you keep going for Archer Queens, it doesn't matter to me, man. I feel like this is the best deck to counter Archer Queen for good reason. Like, if you want to go for guards, you need to go in for an Electro Spirit or a log to shut it down, but you will get a good, juicy elixir trade against the Archer Queen every time. Only thing that is inconvenient for me right now is the fact that those goblins stockpiled so much damage. But Electro Spirit comes in clutch against graveyards, goblins on your tower, you name it. I think it is one of the most underrated cards in Clash Royale right now. It saves you from all the skillless bridge spam that you play against. If your opponent accumulates a lot of sneaky skeletons from the graveyard or Skeleton King, you're going to be able to shut them down quickly. The same with goblins if you've got any support. Wow, Elite Barbarians into us. You know, our deck is just really good against skillless bridge spam, and that's why I love it so much. This is why top ladder players have played this at as high as 8,700 trophies, because it can reliably shut down whatever your opponent spams at you. Oh, I was hoping the Bandit would go in the right-hand side. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. It is what it is. But look at the Valkyrie throwing around with her big Axe of Justice. Hopefully able to shut everything else down. I do want to go in for a log on top of most of the goblins here. Why would you drop it that far back? That is the worst placement I think I have ever seen with Goblin Drill. It's like he was using it as a Goblin Barrel, trying to make sure that I couldn't log it or something. I don't know. It was really funny, though. Daryl the Dark Goblin is going to be able to finish off the game. Just like we started, we got the damage with the Dark Goblin, got it with the end, and it was just a fitting end to the fairy tale. From start to finish, the Dark Goblin damage reigned supreme. All right, let's see if we can keep up that win streak. We are not losing today with log bait. It is one of the best decks in the game, and people are trusting it at the top, so that has to be good reason, right? Like, Mohamed Light is not playing this at 8,700 trophies if it was a trash deck. I'm going to go for the Goblin Barrel here, and he's going to log. Usually when you see log and zappies, it's either going to be a graveyard deck or it's going to be a Rail Recruits deck. I think that Rail Recruits should be pretty easy since I've got Valkyrie. I don't think that that's going to be an issue, but Skeleton King, that is a different story. I am 100% going to rocket that. We do not want to see that boy any longer. Get that champion out of my face. So usually if you see a huge elixir investment cycled in the back like that, if you can rocket it, you're going to get your money's worth. You get damage on the tower, and you relinquish any possibility of your opponent being able to spam with it. Like, it's so damaged and beaten down that he doesn't deserve any more support by his opponent's units, right? Like, living his life all by itself. 100% want to go for guards here, so then the Valkyrie doesn't get pulled. Please don't pull the Valkyrie. Oh, you still did it! You psychopath! The guards had a family, and I guess you cared more about the guards than the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie deserves some love in her life, you know? She's just staying there by herself, not having any friends, not having some companions like the guards or family, and then she's the one that gets pulled and singled out and hurt. Doesn't feel right, you know? Clash Royale is a brutal game, guys. Hey, I'm going to go in for a Goblin Barrel again on the left-hand side. Might want to be dropping that in the back to switch things up a bit. I can also potentially go in for the Valkyrie in the back and just see what this guy's going to do, because last time he gave us insane value with the rocket. There's also the chance... Oh, wait. I feel like it's just worth, right? It's a 3 negative trade, but I get 400 damage on the tower. How can I pass that up? It's really hard to break through people that have log as a small spell. So I might as well take the damage when I can get it. You know, if you're going to give me the value, I'll take it every day of the week. But hit him up with a cannon here. I could log if he starts to cycle more stuff. Just want to go for guards first and foremost. I don't know if this is going to be that bad for me. I've got Electro Spirit and I've got log, so I wonder if the Royale Giant gives him that much value. Seems like it does. All right. Still going to be a sticky and tricky situation because he has lightning for my cannon. I guess I want to drop my cannon up a little bit higher in a spot that he can't lightning. Like maybe like right here or something. See if we can figure that out. And the other side as high up as possible. Oh, that was such a bad guard. Oh, wait. Maybe it wasn't. The guards didn't even get hit. How did they evade that? I don't understand. Oh, he's going to have Skeleton Army. That's scuffed for me. I need a log and I need the rocket, and I don't know if I'm able to kill anymore. Okay. So what I was talking about was this placement, potentially, and then going for guards, and then Electro Spirit, and then potentially following up with a Dark Goblin to kill everything. If that's a dead Mega Minion, then we're vibing, but that's still a ton of damage with those skeletons, man. Oh my gosh. Fortunately for us, we're still alive. You guys might have been like, Jake, you're screwed, right? I thought I was screwed for a second. There's been some weird and funky interactions in this game, not gonna lie. All right, so I 100% want to go in for a Goblin Barrel here. He pulled the Valkyrie push to the tower. What is this guy doing? What is this man doing? What is this wild child doing? Huge value in this house. I want to go in for a log as well on top of the Royale Giant. What is the Royale Giant pathing doing? I think it's not going to get hit on my tower. Am I tripping? No, I'm not tripping. I'm in the lead, baby. We aren't going to fall yet. Oh, my gosh. This is awesome. All right. I want to go in for a cannon again. Oh. Yeah, it still gets pulled. Good stuff. Good looks. Good vibes. He's going to lightning on that instead of the cannon. I think I played that about as well as I possibly could have. All right. If we go in for a Goblin Barrel in the back, and then we log and we Electro Spirit, he shouldn't be able to go in for a Skeleton Army. He misses the log! Oh, the jukes! The jukes are real! Oh, we are Jake and we are juking. Yes, sir! All right, I'm going to go for high cannon, going for the guards as quickly as I can. I need to be able to kill that Royale Giant. If the Royale Giant does us dirty, we're screwed. I think we might have outpaced him and outcycled him. Go for the Goblin Barrel here. I wonder if he's going to log. He does log, but he doesn't log late enough. Ooh, it hit every single Dark Goblin. I should have dropped that further back so then he wasn't able to log on the Dark Goblins too. I'm going to rocket here. I think if I'm able to just stop the Skeleton King, I win the game. So I'm going to go for one more rocket, and I will win with this rocket. But will I stop the Royale Giant in time? I think I got this, guys. I think I got the moves. I think I got the looks. Yes, I do. That was insane. I cannot believe that we were able to come away with the W there. Felt fantastic, and that's what I'm talking about. I told you, no losses today. Currently 5-0 in the Grand Challenge. I'm feeling good about this deck. Here we go, guys. We got another one out here. We are crushing it today, and I'm loving this deck. So Goblin Barrel at the start is never really a bad decision. You can drop it directly on the tower. If they activate King Tower, it's not the end of the world. Wow, Goblin's coming up clutch. 200 damage at the start of the game is what we like to see. Getting that value right out of the jump feels fantastic because now our opponent's on the back foot. They have to get the damage down. I don't want to rocket that at the start. I know you guys might be looking at that and you're like,
Jake, you rocketed it last time.
But when we're playing against a graveyard deck and we know it's a graveyard deck, that's a way different scenario than not knowing what our opponent has and then rocketing things at the start of the game. So, ooh, okay. I mean, that's going to probably be pretty good for me. If I can get guards down to keep the Dark Goblin alive, that would have been better, but it is what it is. Valkyrie is one of the most underrated cards in Clash Royale. I think she's probably just way too good. Another RG deck. We are playing against a ton of these today. You know what? I logged that. I'm able to hit the tower. It's well worth it. You're not able to get any damage through that. Valkyrie is so strong. I haven't been playing Valkyrie for probably like a good couple months in most of my decks. And I got to start making decks with her again. She's just really that good. Shutting down things on both sides. You know, like the Dark Prince is only able to see one side, but the Valkyrie swirls around and does some gymnastics and surprisingly hits everything. Dark Prince, it's going to be able to kill the guards here, but it is what it is. As long as you drop it up high, whether it's skeletons or guards, the Dark Prince isn't able to hit them all at once. Like, you noticed how there was one guard left alone that wasn't damaged down there, so that's good. Oh, I think this is an appealing rocket. One of these situations, I don't know if this is the best spot or not. Against Royale Giant, I feel like I can defend down 3 elixir. I've got Valkyrie, I've got Electric Spirit, I've got Cannon. Not that bad. Also, remember, I dropped the cannon right here against people that had lightning because anyone wasn't able to lightning in our tower. So if you drop it up higher and they aren't able to touch it, it feels great. So go for another Goblin Barrel here. One other thing that I want to point out here is the fact that even if he goes undercover, the Valkyrie is still going to be able to hit the Royale Giant and also the Archer Queen. So that in most situations, that would be a bad play for him to use the Archer Queen ability because the Valkyrie still is able to hit everything. So just want to show you guys, you got no damage whatsoever. Went in for the Archer Queen ability and wasted all of his elixir. That's what we like to see. Oh, I didn't drop the cannon in time. Oh, well, we've got Electric Spirit, so not that bad. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's actually pretty bad. That was pretty bad, and I thought it was easy. I thought it was a clean, dominant W here, but now things are getting spicy in the kitchen. He wants me to rocket that. I'm not going to because I'm down so much. I'm really down a lot. Can't afford to rocket that, to be honest, as much as I want to. I'm going to rocket on top of the Archer Queen and his units are spammed at the river. I think he's going to go for Royale Giant, and then he's going to be. That's exactly what we thought would happen. And, yeah, look at that. So if I'd rocketed on the tower when I was down elixir, I could lose the game. You just have to have like some semblance of understanding of when you can rocket and when you can't based on your elixir count. He also thought that the Goblin Barrel was off to the side, and he misses the Barb Barrel, which is fantastic for me. I'm going to go for Dark Goblins whenever I can. I will log on the Electric Spear because that will give me value. I'm going to go for a Valkyrie and a high cannon again. Trying to space out the Dark Goblin because it does a ton of damage, and if he's not able to lightning the Dark Goblin and the cannon at the same time, he will never be able to break through with the Royale Giant. So that's what we're going for. I believe that the cannon will kill the Dark Prince, and then I can go in for an Electric Spirit here. Oh, he actually did drop it off to the side a second time. That is a bold play, my dude. If you cycle anything in the back, I just rocket it now. So, yeah, I mean, that's really risky that he's going to cycle a Mega Minion there. I feel like that's the wrong play on his end. I'm going to go in for a Valkyrie, so then you pull that instead of the Dark Goblin, and then you're going to try to be able to break through, but if I go in for a log, the Dark Prince's shield gets decimated, and I don't think you're going to get much damage here, if any at all. Electric Spear will chain on, making sure that the Royale Giant doesn't get the hit. I will need to go for a Valkyrie, though. I almost didn't have elixir there. I was holding my breath for a second. I don't know. I was a little bit scuffed. A little bit scuffed, guys. A little bit scary. Almost as extraordinary as that Gary the Goblin. We will walk away with a win. As you guys have seen, against Royale Giant, we kind of have a blueprint. You guys are scared about Royale Giants. They cycle them in the back. You rocket it. He wasn't able to do anything there, and as you guys are seeing, nothing but wins today. Casual 6-0 in a GC. Let's see if we can keep it up. You guys already know guards at the start feel phenomenal. It's an amazing play. The best play with this deck is to go for an Electric Spirit and a Goblin Barrel at the start of the game. So then, you know, they can't drop something on top of the Goblin Barrel and feel good about it because the Electric Spirit is going to be able to chain onto the tower. So if they don't have a small spell, they will get a ton of damage. So it's really, really nice to be able to have that type of card cycle. But guards at the start, you don't have to feel bad because you've got Cannon, you've got Valkyrie, you've got other good answers. So one thing that a lot of people talk about is like, when can you rocket cycle with log bait? The one thing that I've learned personally is after I defend a huge push with Valkyrie, then I can start to rocket cycle and get value from it. Usually in double elixir, when you're able to afford it a bit more effectively, is a nice decision. I think that the cannon is going to be able to lock onto skeletons. With that placement, the baby dragon is going to lock onto that, and then also, you know, the cannon will be able to give us some value. So trying to drop it as far away as possible from his baby dragon, so the baby dragon has to walk up and not shoot, while also being able to target the skeletons. That placement feels great. Oh, wait, this log, though. Oh, no, I wasn't able to get it down in time. I was too captivated, guys. I was looking at it. I thought we had it, and then I failed you guys. It is what it is. See if we can make it happen against someone that's got Graveyard. The later the game this goes, the worse it gets for me. So I kind of need an advantage in single elixir because it's going to get way tougher later on. Trying to drop the goblins off to the side. I should have dropped them off to the right-hand side a little bit. In front of the tower like that is bad. He was able to shut it all down with a goblin barrel counter with bard barrel. But I am able to potentially get him to go all in again into the Valkyrie and going for guards here. The Dark Goblin will lock onto the tower if he doesn't have Elixir, and that's huge. Dark Goblin gives us 700 damage basically every single time. So if you graveyard and you don't get that back, it's a bad trade for you because, you know, you want to not give us that much damage in single. The thing is, my rocket does do more damage than your graveyard and poison, so I should be able to get in a good trade here if he lets me, you know, trade relatively evenly into the last couple seconds of the game, because my guards are able to shut down the graveyard reliably. I've got no way for him to shut down the rocket, right? The rocket is just direct damage every time. He's going to give me a free rocket on top of the Ice Wizard, so I'll take that. I mean, if you drop anything near there, that's fine. Usually, one thing that isn't talked about near enough is when you're playing against Graveyard, you do not want to go in the same lane as them. Because look at that. He has to switch sides because he has a Baby Dragon coming at us. He's like, okay, got to make utilization of this. So notice how I didn't go in the same side where he had damage. Even though, like, you know, you want to be defending this tower, you want to be defending it minimally so then they don't get counter pressure. Also, Bard Barrel has to go down on the Dark Goblin and also has to go on the Goblin Barrel. He misses it! And the Valkyrie's tanky. That is a ridiculous amount of value. I'm going to rocket, I'm going to log so the Ice Wizard stays into that. Want to make sure that you do not get any damage here. And we are killing the game. With 3 seconds left in regulation time, he's going to have to start spamming like a savage because 2 more rockets should take him out. I'm going to Valkyrie here so the Baby Dragon doesn't cross the river, and then I can go for guards in the back. So if the Baby Dragon doesn't cross the river, you have nothing to tank for the graveyard, so then the skeletons are going to get destroyed by our tower. Always nice to see. Always want to keep up the aggression with the Goblin Barrels because last time he missed it, maybe he misses it again. And if he does, or he doesn't have Elixir like he did there, because he dropped the Baby Dragon at the river, now we can just Rocket Cycle and walk away and win. So this is one of those matchups that might seem really difficult for you guys, but as you can see, if your opponent applies aggression, you go in for a Goblin Barrel, and you're like, hey, you bet you wish you had that Elixir for the Bard Barrel or Tornado, and since you don't, free damage with the Goblin Barrel, so then I can Rocket Cycle and win. Like, subscribe, and have an awesome rest of your day.